The first skin was found at dawn, dangling from the branches of the old Iroko tree like a discarded garment. It was still wet. Amina's breath caught in her throat as she stared at the thing. Pale, glistening, too smooth to be real. It wasn't an animal's hide. The fingers were too long, the nails still intact. A human face, peeled whole, stared back at her with empty sockets. The village women wailed when they saw it. The men clutched their machetes, eyes darting into the forest. No one spoke the name aloud, but Amina knew. Hibu. The skin-stealing witch had returned. Amina hadn't wanted to come back to Nsuka. Lagos had been her escape. The noise, the anonymity, the blessed absence of village superstitions. But when her grandmother died, the family demanded she return for the burial. "You've been away too long," her aunt had scolded. "The dead don't like to be forgotten." Now, standing before the Iroko tree, Amina wondered if her grandmother's spirit had summoned her back for a reason. The old woman had been the village's dibia, a healer, a seer, the only one who had ever stood against the Hibu, and now the witch was taking revenge. The first woman to disappear was Adana, the potter's daughter. She had been laughing in the market the day before, haggling over yams. Then she was gone. They found her 2 mornings later. Not her body, just her skin. Stretched between 2 branches, arms spread as if crucified, lips sewn shut with black thread. The villagers burned it before sunset, chanting prayers to the ancestors. But Amina had seen the way the skin twitched in the fire, as if something still lived inside. Her grandmother's journal, hidden beneath the floorboards of the old woman's hut, held the answers. The Hibu does not kill, it wears. That night Amina dreamed of her grandmother. The old woman stood at the foot of her bed, her mouth moving silently. When Amina woke, her own lips were crusted with salt, a warning. The next victim was closer. Her cousin, Neka. Amina found her standing in the moonlight behind their compound, her back turned. When she called her name, Neka turned slowly, too slowly. Her smile stretched too wide. "You look just like her," Neka whispered. But the voice wasn't hers. It was layered, ancient, wet. Amina ran. The journal's final pages revealed the truth. The Hibu wasn't just a witch. It was a parasite, a thing that had been hunting their family for generations. "It wants our faces," her grandmother had written, "our voices. It wants to walk in our skin and forget it was ever alone." And now it wanted Amina. The village elders refused to help. "This is your family's burden," they said. So Amina did what her grandmother would have done. She went into the forest with a knife, a mirror, and a calabash of her own blood. The Hibu found her at the Iroko tree. It wore Neka's face now, but the eyes were wrong, black pits that swallowed the moonlight. "You came back," it crooned, "just like she did." Amina held up the mirror. "Look." The thing screamed when it saw its own reflection. Not Neka's face, not anymore, but the rotting, shifting horror beneath. Amina plunged the knife into the calabash. Blood spilled over the roots of the Iroko tree. The earth trembled, and the Hibu's stolen skins began to move. At dawn, the villagers found Amina curled beneath the tree, alive but changed. Her hair had turned white. Her voice was gone. Neka's body lay nearby, hollowed out like a gourd. No one asked what happened. They simply burned the remains and whispered prayers. But sometimes, on quiet nights, the women say they hear something scratching at their doors, something that whispers in Amina's voice, something that still wants to wear. And if you listen closely, dear listener, you might hear it too, a rustle outside your window, a sigh against your neck, the sound of something old, something hungry, shedding its skin.